I'm gonna show you how to do the bow, the greenery, all of that this is for a lot of the pieces. I'm just gonna show you on this bunny sign, but the process is the same for like the palette, the tier tray, and the Easter egg bunny. So you're going to have the raffia, and then you have this twine, it's like a wire twine. Set that aside, and this ribbon, and then 2 pieces of greenery. You're also going to need a hot glue gun, as well as, I'm just using this highlighter, but you can just use like a normal pencil. So just know that you will need that. We're going to start with the raffia. So the first thing we want to do is we want to shred this to give it a fuller look. So I start by taking the 2 pieces and I just hold them on one end. You can do 1 piece at a time, but I just go through and just kind of make little holes in it. And then, I'm gonna hold on to that. And then just follow all the way down until you have a lot of really skinny pieces. It just makes the bow look fuller instead of looking like just 2 small pieces of string. You can also use, like if you have kind of like a blunter needle, or I use these sharp tweezers to kind of get it started, just to kind of poke some holes through. And then I put my finger through to follow down to the bottom. Okay, when you're finished shredding your raffia, you're going to tie it into a bow. So I'm going to show you 2 different ways to tie it. I'm going to show you one way with the raffia, another way with the ribbon. If you want to watch both ways before you try it, or you just want to do it while I do it, it's up to you. But I'm going to show you 2 different ways, and you do whatever is easiest for you. So the first way with this raffia, I'm going to leave just a small amount of excess on the side, because that would be like the tails of the bow. And then I'm going to create a loop like so. Then I'm going to take the rest of this raffia, and just like tying your shoes, I'm going to go around and I'm going to kind of twist this a little bit so that it stays as one. And I'm going to push that through the hole you've created. And then I'm going to hold both sides of the tail so that I don't mess it up and pull them all the way through. And I'm just going to gently but firmly tighten this bow. I'm going to keep my fingers in the holes again so I don't completely pull everything through as I'm trying to even things out. If that's not how you tie your shoes, you can do it a different way. I'll show you another way when I do the ribbon. Okay, so once you are happy with this bow, I'm going to leave it about this size. I'm not going to worry about trimming anything until the very end, so don't worry about it looking perfect. I'm going to set this aside. Now I'm gonna get the wired twine and get your pencil or your highlighter, whatever you have. And then I'm just going to hold down the end of that, and then I'm just gonna twist it around. Slide that off, and you are left with this loop-de-loop. I'm gonna kind of spread it out just a little bit. Find approximately where the middle is. It doesn't have to be exact, and cut that in half. So now you have two pieces. Now I'm gonna set those aside, as well as the greenery. Now, with this ribbon, I'm gonna try to show this on camera, but it's a little bit hard. So hopefully you can follow me. You can either tie the ribbon in the same way that you tied the raffia, or same thing as far as leave a little tail. You don't need very much. I'm gonna create 2 loops. I'm gonna put my fingers inside those loops like this, and then I am going to bring this loop around and take the whole loop. It's gonna create this hole and shove that through the hole. If I can find, where did I do it? Sorry, let me redo that. Go around. There we go. There's the hole that I'm gonna shove that loop through. Now, before I tighten this, the most important thing I need to do is make sure these 2 pieces are facing the right way. And then I'm going to, see how it flipped around, because it's going to naturally want to be the opposite way. So you're just gonna have to kind of hold it tight as you tighten it. Okay, and then same thing, I'm just gonna kind of make sure that the bow is even and looks good, but I'm not gonna worry about the tails until the very end. When I put it all together, I will trim at the end, but I want the bows to be, the top bows to be similar. Okay, now I'm going to press pause because I forgot to plug in my hot glue gun. So as soon as that's heated up, we'll come back and I will show you how to assemble it all. Okay, once your hot glue gun is ready to go, you are going to take your rabbit sign, and we're gonna start with the raffia. Now, kind of place it where you think you're gonna want it to go. Just know that you are going to want to put your tag towards that bottom. So however you want that facing off, I'm gonna say mine about right there. So I'm gonna hold my finger here, and then I'm gonna take my hot glue gun. I'm just gonna lift this. And where that knot is, I'm gonna go ahead and press down. Okay, I just got a phone call. So, I don't know if it did any interruptions in the video, but we are going to go from here. So I just glued the raffia down. Now let's do the greenery. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to lift, you can go ahead and figure out kind of like where you wanna place it beforehand if you would like to. I just kind of put mine kind of facing the bottom part because I put my twiddly-dees up at the top. So I'm going to kind of peel this back, put a dot of hot glue, and then just hold that down until it dries. Make sure that you don't, I have a low temp hot glue gun, so I don't burn myself. If yours is a normal one, be really careful when you do this. And same thing, put a glob of hot glue and then hold that down till it's dry. And then I'm gonna get these little twirlies and I'm gonna kind of open them just a little bit. And then I'm gonna put another dab of hot glue. And then just where this is flat right here, that's where I kind of press it down, because you can kind of manipulate these to lay how you want them because of the wire. And then I'm gonna open up this one, put another dab. I'm gonna pick this flat one right here, and I'm gonna lay that into the glob till that dries a bit. And once it completely dries, you can kind of move it however you want it. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to take off the sticky part of my tag. Now, this tag kind of stays in the air. It's not gonna touch everywhere, but I feel like this kind of gives it just a little more grip, which is why I made it sticky. I'm gonna go ahead and put some hot glue across just the top and the bottom of that tag. And I'm going to put that towards the bottom of that raffia bow. I'm just gonna hold that for just a second. And then I'm gonna take this bow, and I'm gonna put it towards the top of that tag, like overlaying the raffia. I'm actually gonna make this a little smaller so you can see the raffia a little bit better. There we go. So I'm gonna put some hot glue kind of on that edge. Press that down. And then I'm going to take the sticky off of the button. Gonna go ahead and put some hot glue directly on the button and press that there. I had another phone call. Okay, once you get it all glued down, that is when it is time to start trimming. So I'm gonna start with the carrot ribbon, and you can dovetail it, which is like when it goes like this, or you can cut it straight. I just went ahead and did the inside corner higher and went lower on the outside corner. So just add a diagonal. And then I'm just gonna try to match the length on this side. I always say err on the side of doing it too long so that you don't, because you can't come back and add more. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cut the raffia. I just cut that straight across. I'm gonna cut it just below that ribbon, just so it's not super overwhelming. And I'm gonna cut this piece, because this piece kind of got a little crazy there. Okay, and there you have it. I'm gonna clean up some of my hot glue pieces. But that is the process for the bow raffia greenery combo on most of the pieces. Please reach out if you have any questions or you need a different angle. I can have my kids record a different angle if necessary.